100% confirmed, but what we know is that this movie is going to be coming out later this year in December 14th, 2018, and it's going to be continuing the Dragon Ball Super franchise in terms of story. What we know so far is that, yes, it takes place after the Tournament of Power. We're not necessarily sure if this is the Planet Sadala arc turned into movie format. That will probably be confirmed later on. We do know that there's going to be a new Saiyan and stuff of these natures, but I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys think that because, one, we're getting the movie, two, Goku is the Olympic, 2020 Olympic medal, Olympic Games, figurehead of Japan. I've mentioned this before in previous videos, but I keep bringing it up because it's literally some of the best proof that we have. I think them launching a movie makes Goku even more of a well-renowned name because it's going to build in so much more of an audience, and with all of this hype, it's going to reach a lot of kids that never saw it before and really kind of reboot the franchise yet again in a weird way. Now, honestly, I don't see the show ending at all. I mean, they have had movie placeholders for year 2019 and 2020, but those are just placeholders. We never know if the movie was going to get delayed or not, or if anything happened like that. That's why they reserve those times. But they could always launch this movie, then go right back into the TV show, hopefully not recapping the movie like they did with Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. I mean, that would be a really, really messed up thing to do yet again, because those arcs always, to me, are the worst ones. They just really, really seem lazily done, because even the animators have said they're just bored of it. They're sick of doing them over and over. Like, you've just done this in movie format. Why do you want to redo the same thing? They want to do something new, something fresh. And they have so many ideas now because of that final wish in the Tournament of Power, like the endless possibilities because of the vagueness of Android 17's wish. Did the other universes get wished back that Xeno has destroyed? That includes Zamasu, that includes the universe 13 through 18. There were other ones that he destroyed on the Tantrum. It could have really done anything. And on top of that, he pressed the undo button on the tournament. The reason why I think that it could have really done anything is because, remember, Frost was eliminated separately from the rest of the Tournament of Power. And after the whole initial destruction of everything, he still came back. That's just one of the small cases of evidence of these things being like a hit or miss with the theories. But I mean, with Dragon Ball Super being such a big franchise, this having even more branding to do with the Olympic medal games and stuff like that, and just this much money being created. On top of that, if this movie gets an international release, it's guaranteed to break records yet again, because one, the hype train for Dragon Ball is higher than ever. Two, the past two movies have done that as well, but if this one's international, yet again, there's just so many more milestones that they're gonna break and probably shatter like nothing. So with all of this support from the fans, it's gonna be really, really good. Now, for the futures of the series, they still have so much to cover, and on top of that, I think the endgame, the real endgame, wouldn't be until Goku and Vegeta have reached probably the top 5 fighters. The reason why I like the whole concept of the Grand Priest, not the whole him being evil theory, not that one, no. The reason I liked his introduction was that they brought up the fact he's one of the top 5 fighters in the universe. And until Goku and Vegeta have reached that point where they've reached the top 5, I mean, that's when you know the show is nowhere near the end. Now, they haven't made it definitively clear if he's able to defeat Beerus, even though I think, personally, he should be. Master Ultra Instinct should be that powerful to take him on, because they kept retconning the power scales and stuff like that. I didn't like that, but him being able to defeat Beerus, there's got to be a tier, like we said, between where Jiren is at and where the Grand Priest is at, and this is where they can fill up all of these characters, and they can really stretch us out for some time. I mean, if they have an entire storyboard of directors, take the pacing a lot slower in terms of some of these arcs, instead of rushing through them, and we'll have, and I don't mean fillerize it, I mean just keep them entertaining, and don't buff the characters too much. You could have cosmetic buffs, but don't buff them too much. Like, one day they have to show us how fast and powerful the Grand Priest is, and show us how far ahead he is of everyone, and keep him up there, because those top 5 fighters, that's where the end game is at. I don't see Goku surpassing Xeno and things like that, because that would honestly be a really big bummer, unless he became the god of everything. That would be really, really interesting to see. But I see Dragon Ball Super returning. If not in Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball as a new franchise, because technically they did say that they ended it. It could always come back through the brand name, because they're strengthening it with the movie, and we know that Goku is going to be the figure of the Olympic Games. So all these things in mind, plus them pressing the undo button in the tournament, it really set up everything for Dragon Ball Super, or Dragon Ball as a franchise, to come back, hopefully in the near future. I'm hoping we just don't get movie after movie after movie. Hopefully it's just movie, and hopefully the anime TV series, and we're good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Link will be in the description to the article. Have a nice day. Smash that like button, subscribe. Peace out, guys.